everyone, it's Hannah from Mother Goose's Makery, and I'm here tonight to show you Tonic Craft Kit 94 Awesome Ocean and a little tutorial for a fun summertime themed aquatic kinetic slider page / card front that I'm making. So this is the box for Craft Kit 94. It's called Awesome Ocean and it's got a lot of cool stuff in it. I have had a look already, so I've kind of already savaged it. So you get your normal page with your contents, just so you know everything that's in it. Then there is a complete 8x8 paper pad. I've just taken it out, so I have one of each of the papers here. It's a mini paper pad, so you get 18 sheets, 3 each of 6 designs. So quickly going through it, we've got some coral with kind of waviness on the back. A little beach scene, flip it, and suddenly you're underwater. Some more coral, water, backgroundiness, and then some starfish and bubbles. These jellyfish, who are so fun. I do love a good jellyfish. You've got a couple of octopi in there as well. And then more octopi, more jellyfish. Again, good backgroundiness. So this page is kind of special. We'll come back to it more when we look at the stamps and the dies in a minute. But basically, this is all your sea creatures that you have stamps of, plus a few more, already coloured in. And then on the reverse, it's the same images, but in black and white. And it's mirrored, so if you cut out an item, it will be the same on the back, but in reverse. It's fabulous. And then this last page, some cut aparts. So we've got some strips, some sentiments. She's sees the day, you are amazing, let's sail away, high tide's good vibes, Chalier you're great, life's a beach. So little cut aparts down here. And then on the other side, same shapes again, so if you cut out it would be double-sided, but completely different sentiments, patterns, pictures. So that's pretty cool. Also, please excuse my sleaziness this evening because hay fever is kicking my butt big time. So there's going to be a lot of dramatic pauses for nose blowing. So glamorous, my life. Right, you also get a load of cardstock to help you on your way. So we have ocean blue, coral pink, a couple of sheets of Peer View, which is their navy colour, some iridescent mirror card in Blushing Mermaid, some vellum, some white card, and this one, which is Under the Sea, and it's a beautiful ombre glitter. Starts off light blue, goes to a lovely navy colour. And really nice papers. Here, that's the white card underneath. Right, we have a little grey bag of joy, and it truly is this month. We have in here a grey, a cobbled slate, water-based dye ink pad. We haven't seen Nouveau inks for a while. It's not their hybrid ink, it's new water-based ink, but I'm down for this. We have Emerald Canopy, which is like a nice tealy colour. We have Salmon Blush, which is a nice pinky tone. What else have we got in here? We have a stamping block for all of our little stamps that are in here. We have a beautiful mermaid adjacent confetti. I don't know if you can see the wonderful sparkle on that. It's kind of teals and light greens. It's very iridescent, shimmery, like mermaid scales. It's beautiful. And then we have a full set of pencils. It's their classic colour pencils. It's in set dark shadows. You got 12 of them in here. It's like, those are all the colours. That's a cracking gift. I love their colouring pencils. They're really deeply pigmented. They're fabulous. So, yay. Full set of those. So that's cool. We've got slightly more stuff in this set than we normally do because it was Tonic's birthday last month and they wanted to give us loads of nice stuff in our kit. So yay. Thank you, Tonic. Right. Now on to the hardware. Going to start off. We have a little extra to what we normally have. I'll just get a piece of paper to put behind it. So you can actually see it. It's a load of fishy, sea, punny sentiments. Whale done, you're shrimply the best. Hope to see you soon. You're officially amazing. I can't go through all of them. I think I will have just died of punniness if I read them all. But there's like at least 20, 25 sentiments in there. Fabulous. It's good because people always come out with aquatic collections, so it's always good to have a lot of sentiments, and I do love a pun. And then onto the fishies. So you have a little stamp set here with all of your, well, not all of them, but dolphins, pufferfish, crab, starfish, a load of shells, a squid, an octopus, some corally seaweediness. That's great. And then you have a load of dies. And the dies will cut out all of these. So you can see that's the squid there. That's the seaweed. That's the dolphin. And it will cut all of those out perfectly. And there's some on this side as well. But also, if you take the ones from the paper pad, they're exactly the same size. So here you can see the dolphin also fits that dolphin. And the squid is the same as that squid. And so on and so forth. So you have choices. You can either stamp and colour your own. You can not stamp and colour your own. Or you can just cut them out. I mean, 3 choices. You can't say fairer than that. There's something for everybody. Some people hate colouring. In that case, you don't have to do any. Some people love colouring. I really enjoy colouring. I find it really relaxing. So for me, fantastic. And there's also a metal die sentiment in there, which just says, just keep swimming. And then you have the little sticker set. So you can label it up for when it goes in your collection. So like, that's the craft kit. Craft kit, amazing. Absolutely love it. Fantastic. So the very first thing I did was stamp, colour and die cut all of the sea creatures. And then I made a cute little card with none of the images that I die cut. And it's a little easel card. So it stands up like so. You can see it's got a little triangular base. And then a little bit at the front. And on the very front, I put the Just Keep Swimming. And I used that glorious ombre mirror card. I used the lighter end of the mirror card for the backdrop. And then the darker bit of the mirror card for the actual letters. So it all shimmers. And then I actually cut out a load of the fish from the page where they're all printed and coloured already. Put some on blue foam pads. So some stand up, some don't. But all in all, I think that's a super fun, just little card to send to someone. It measures 4x4. This bit folds up inside. It's perfect. It does the job. It's great. It made me happy. And I think it's just a fab little use of some of the ones that were already decorated. However, I saw this beach scene and it instantly made me think of Here Comes Summer. So I've been busy die cutting just a couple of bits from that. I made a little beach hut. and blue and white because that felt like the most nautical colours. And some coral because I like coral as an accenting colour. Made the stairs and the surround out of craft to be slightly wooden, so we're going to have a beach hut for our scene. I thought I would do the little towel picnic blanket in a coordinating colour to tie it all together. And there's a little beach sign in there, which I made out of craft and just highlighted the word beach, which is debossed into it, with some brown alcohol marker and just created some shadows on it. So those are the few bits I've die cut. I've got some rub-ons to use. And then from my selection of ones that I have coloured, I've decided to go with these ones. So we have just a couple of the shells, just to be a cute accent. Little Mr. Crab, because he's adorable. And what I've done is I've die cut and coloured 2 of the dolphins, and then I've just glued them together halfway along their body, so they're attached. So now they're a little pod of dolphins, and they can swim along together. Because what my plan is I'm going to do a little kinetic card where the dolphins suddenly appear. They're going to be behind the beach hut, pull the tab, and they're going to swim out along the top of the ocean like they're jumping out the sea. Should be pretty cool. Might not work. Who knows? Let's give it a go. Okay, so we're just going to cut up to there. And lift up. And then we're going to just move this a smidge to the right. That's the technical measurement. It's just a smidge. And you want to cut back along, back to where you started. And can you see this has cut out a super thin strip of card. So just trim that out. Okay, so we've started off with our 8x8 piece of paper. I trimmed it to 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, and then we have done a tiny slit in it from the middle of where we want our slider to start to where we want it to stop, which we estimated by just taking the center of the object we want to slide, which in my case is a pair of dolphins, and taking like the midpoint of where we want it to start and then the midpoint of where we want it to finish. I've also cut a piece of card to be my slider, which is just a little bit longer than my cut. In this case, this is 6 inches long. And I've cut 2 little bits of card, which are just little scraps. They're not even 1 inch long, I don't think. Maybe? I don't know. No, just shy of 1 inch. And I've just scored them in the middle so that I've done 2 score lines right next to each other so that they fold. I don't know if you can see that. With a little gusset, as it were. Right. So I'm just going to start off by rounding the corners on my pulley. Just because I think it makes it nicer to look at. So that will go there. And it will come out. But we need to know that we need to pull it. So what I've got is just 1 inch hole punch. And I find the easiest way to do it is to line up on the reverse so you can see approximately where the halfway point is. For this, I'm kind of getting the line in the middle on my horizon line. Let me just punch that out. So then you see that will sit there. You take your first little folded piece and slot it in and fold it over. And then your second little piece, slot it in and fold it over. Now I've just got to check, because I think I might have done these too deep. Yeah, they're going to stick out past my dolphin. So these bits at the top just need to be shorter. That's fine, I can give them a haircut. And now you see my dolphins fit perfectly. So they'll just go on there. So what I'm going to do, that's right up to that end. And I will take a little bit of glue. And I will scribble that along there. And then I will stick my dolphins on. So you can see them. They're busy leaping out the water. We'll just hold them for a second. Let that glue stick. And then you see, if I slide that up, the dolphins move, slide it back, they return to whence they came. Perfect. So now we're going to flip that over to our lovely little in the sea view. Take this with our rounded corners, and we're just going to put that there. And I just want it sticking out ever so slightly. What I might do actually, this is going to go on an 8x8 card base. So if I centralise this on here, I don't want it to stick out past the edge of the card. So I kind of just want it to go to there. So it's proud of the sheet, but not be on this base. If this is because I'm going to put it in a journal, like I'm going to make a notebook of my scrapbook pages. So again, scribble-dee-dibble-dee-dee. What you can do is you can put some red liner tape to like glue the two together. But I think what we've done is absolutely fine. I think I want this to be just above there. Okay, so we're ready to flip this over. And you'll see we have a pull tab, which when we pull, the dolphins move along. And when we pull back, oh no, my dolphins are stuck. This is why you have to keep testing. Okay, it was because it was stuck to the paper. There you go. They move easily now. Phew, I was like, why doesn't that work? It should work. But I think it's just because I had it pressed down to the page. Now, what we need to do, just to allow a buffer around it, you can either stack up some card, just a couple of thicknesses around to stop it. What I'm doing is I'm going to use some foam tape. It's not particularly thick foam tape, but it's just going to add a little bit of space. Right, so you can see that now that lies in a little valley, and then that should very easily, oh yeah, the ease with which that moves, beautiful. Right, so far we only have dolphins. So now I'm going to take some of the rub-ons from the Here Comes Summer set, because they're cute and they're fun, and you can apply them to any colour because they've got a white background. So they are going to go great on this. And I want to use the umbrella because I think that will go great. What should we do in a trophy? I don't have to cut this out exactly because it's a rub-on. But we don't want to be taking the backing off the whole sheet because then we'll end up losing all the rub-ons. So we've got that one. I want sun, sand, sun, sea and sand. And on a beach ball, shall we go teal? I think is cute. Okay, so those are our rub-ons of choice. So I'm going to start off with sun, sea and sand. So what I want is I want it to go on here, just at the bottom. I'll remove this because I don't want anything to stand in my way of a flat surface. So we're going to peel off our rub-on. What I want for that to lay like that. That I think is perfect. What I'm going to do, get my Teflon folder and just apply light but even pressure all the way along. Then you'll be able to see around the edges. It's going to get the colour starting to change as you can see it unpeeling. Right, so we'll peel off. Always scared I'm not going to have rubbed hard enough. There you go. Sun, sea, sand. Perfect. And then when we push this back in, I'm just going to rub down at the edges. So push that back in. I hate that. Perfectionist me is gutted because you can see that in the corner. In reality, does it matter? No. Is that going to trouble me for the rest of time? It might well do. It might well do. So we're going to put a beach hut here. So what I want is this to be raised off the ground so it doesn't interfere with the dolphins. Because it's going to be at that level, up at the top's going to be fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my foam pads. I'm going to place this beach theme, so a blue foam pad seems sensible. And about, if we just put that there, so it's equivalent, you want to be going under this level. So we go. That's what I'm going to do. And they should just, yep, see, look, because I've only put the things above and below, they can slide right out. Back in again. So that's there. To cover up this unsightliness that I'm never going to be able to forgive myself for, I'm going to put my beach shine here, because then it kind of points to the thing that we want them to pull, and we want them to pull it that way, so that makes perfect sense. And also because then it covers up that bit and I don't have to feel sad and hate my life. So we're going to do that. So that's cool. So what we're just going to do, apply glue to all except the point, because we don't want to accidentally stick that to our thing. And if we have it high enough up, it will also act as a stopper in case the dolphins get overzealous and try to just jump right off the page. Because we're not having any of that, not on my watch. So that's pushed in as far as it'll go. I'm just checking that covers that mishap. Right, much happy about that. Perfect. So just pop a little scribble of glue across the back. And he can just stand proud on there. So my original plan was to use a rub-on beach ball, but with also using a rub-on seagull in the corner because my die cuts went elsewhere, I felt like it was too flat in the corner, so I ended up die cutting a beach ball out of my Here Comes Summer die set. Works much better. This is a seagull. So I somehow managed to delete me making a sandcastle out of a Josh Griffiths Beyond Stamping stamp, which I stamped with VersaFine Dune Sand onto a piece of cardstock I had swiped with Distress Oxide Antique Linen. And then I popped some foam tape on the back, just to give it a little bit of dimension. We'll stick the ball there. Perfect. I have one flying up here. This bad boy, because he's pretty big. He could be up there. And then these two. Yeah, now what I am going to do, just because where this pulls out, and then what we're going to do, we're just going to pop that over here, far enough in that it won't be seen, so that, yep, all shed blue underneath, fantastic, and then we are just going to pop foam tape all the way around so that it is evenly lifted. Right, so all I've done, I've put foam tape over the whole back apart from where the pull is, and I just put a little bit of glue on so it gives it just a little bit of wiggle room whilst I lay this down. So here's our finished page. Got a beautiful little beachscape with our special flying dolphins, or swimming dolphins. Just disappear from sight. And then they pop out to say hello because dolphins are friendly. Got a nice little sentiment in there. You got little Mr. Crab from the set as well. And I think that's adorable. And I love this page and it makes me very happy because I had an idea and I saw it through. So I hope you like this make. If you did, please like this post and subscribe to see more of my crafty ideas and then me deviate from them massively as I then go on to do something else. If you do like this craft kit, it's available from Tonic until the 18th of this month. There are still some left in the UK store, I know that much. If you do decide to buy it, please feel free to use my affiliate link that's in my bio and the description. You are by no means obligated to. But just buy this set because it's wonderful and it's fun and it's given me so many ideas. So yeah, I hope you get it and enjoy it. And whatever you do, keep crafting. Bye.